Welcome to the Richmond Events Podcast, Leaders in the Industry, where we sit together with top-notch leaders discussing important topics in the HR, IT, marketing, finance and healthcare industry. But today we look to the financial industry. Topics by today will be mainly about crypto, banking, startups. For this, we have invited Tobias Rethmeyer from StakeHaus and Steubing AG, which is holding an industry session at the Richmond Financial Industry Forum in May to talk about what it takes to be a leader in the financial industry. So now sit back and enjoy. Welcome, Tobias.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Perfect. So let's start and tell me a little bit who you are and what's your story behind your knowledge.
Yeah, sure. So first of all, I'm happy to be here and chat with you. And I'm living and working in Frankfurt at the moment, where I already work for multiple startups, especially in the crypto world. Founded some myself, and I actually was part of Deloitte in the past as well. While I worked for Deloitte, I was a CEO of a crypto fund. And today I'm mainly an advisor in the crypto space for corporations. And I'm doing crypto knowledge on Instagram. The account is called StakeHaus, if somebody's interested, not like the food, but staking in crypto. So StakeHaus, German word for house. And I'm also founding a crypto startup at the moment. I cannot tell you too much about it yet, but we plan to enable people to invest into a crypto index, but a real crypto investment, not something that I always say pretends to be crypto, but in fact is still traditional finance. Yeah, but that's my story so far and what I do at the moment.
Okay, can we go a little bit deeper in the part of what is the interest of your financial industry story or the interest of the sidestep then in crypto and blockchain?
Yeah, sure. So first, I did my Master of Finance at Frankfurt School. So that's where maybe a little bit my financial services or financial background comes from. And while I did an internship in a consulting firm during my studies, I actually created a presentation about crypto to educate my coworkers. I did an internship in a financial industry consulting firm. So therefore that was a little bit related. And yeah, that presentation that catched me myself about crypto, and I started digging deeper into the topic. And after then, I also wrote my thesis about tokenizing business processes. And I worked for some crypto startups. As I said, for one, I was the CEO and by setting up the whole fund structure, etc. And during that time, I saw that there are huge opportunities for traditional finance in crypto. And I decided to work with financial institutions on developing this crypto strategy while also building my own crypto startup to combine basically the best of both worlds. And yeah, well, I would say here I am.
Great. But actually also behind startups and to work with these, there are also some risk behind that. So what constantly inspires you to keep working in your own startup and also comparison to the German bank?
Yes, so of course, there's always risk. First of all, if you start your own company, there's always risk because you have this vision where you want to go, but you never know which obstacles will be in your way. But I see every day how fast the blockchain ecosystem is growing and how many great products and services are created there. And if you think about to bring the connection to the traditional financial industry, if you think about how manual, for example, trading still is, even with all the algo trading in place today, the blockchain technology can automate much more with smart contracts, liquidity pools, etc. And this development shows me every day that I'm part of a pretty great evolution that will change our way how we work in the financial industry. And I'm pretty happy every single day to be part of it and actually be able to also shape the industry.
Okay. For that way, still wish you good luck, and
yes, thank you.
Look a little bit on another side, because to found a startup, then you are also in a leader role. So what makes a good leader in your eyes?
This is a very good question. And I actually would go a little bit into the direction that a great leader should not micromanage. And this is also very important for founding a startup. Of course, in the beginning, you're responsible for everything in the company. But micromanaging can also hinder a company after some point, because that was also what I experienced a lot when I worked for other startups, that the founders could not let go and thereby hold also back the growth of the company. In bigger corporations, which I worked for, usually the bosses decided to stay out of the daily business and let everyone focus on their skills. And in addition, I would say that a great leader must work for and with his team. So also trust the team that they hired the right people to do the job they were actually hired to do. And even if something might go wrong, there's usually no single person who's responsible or who's to blame, but the team must always work together on becoming stronger and learn from mistakes. But as I said, it should be together and not like blaming somebody. And as an example, like in our startup, when something goes wrong, we sit together, we discuss what went wrong and how a similar situation in the future can be handled. And for us, especially in the beginning, it was a lot like when we talked to potential investors, usually something went wrong, especially in the first 2 or 3 talks. And after that, we sat together, regardless who maybe somebody messed up, but it didn't matter. We just decided on, okay, how should we do it better next time? And what maybe led to the situation that we had to discuss it. So yeah, I think this is very important for a leader to find a structure where it's possible to work together on making the team stronger.
Yeah, it's every time, like every day we learn additional new things.
Yes, exactly.
Also, you announced a little bit topics about your future, or that you have some other projects. So what are your plans in the near future? Is there a little bit more detailed about your upcoming projects, blockchain, crypto, and tokenization business?
Yeah, sure. As you said earlier as well, I'm working in a bank at the moment, and I'm working at my own startup. And so my future, or my plans for the future, are obviously around those two. And at first, I want to enable the bank I work for at the moment to professionally do automated crypto trading for and with its clients. We are very close actually to offer the clients a competitive trading solution, so that they don't need to have their own crypto trading desk, but can, I would say, equivalently to the traditional markets, use our services to trade crypto and tokenize assets. So we also want to offer both, and then also trade those tokenized assets. I think it's very important to say that there will be this connection to the traditional markets as well, because the both of the markets, they are not that different in the end, how you do the trading. Of course, you can have automated market makers, for example. You also have traditional order book trading. So yeah, that's something we are working on, and we are pretty close to have the first clients working with us together on that. And also, I hope that I can talk about it in more detail very soon, maybe at the conference. But we are also working very hard in my startup on providing everyone with an option to invest in multiple ways in a DeFi index, which we are currently building. I don't know if everybody is familiar with the term DeFi. It's decentralized finance. So that means bringing the traditional financial services on the blockchain and, for example, automate them and thereby also make them cheaper for everybody. And so, yeah, that's what we are doing. And with that, we plan to offer people, crypto native or crypto newbies, a way to basically invest into interest-bearing crypto assets. I would say interest-bearing in quotes because it's not really an interest, but it's similar to traditional interest-bearing assets. But I also always find new projects, because that's what I love to do. And I'm very much looking forward to the future and also to the talk in Switzerland soon.
Okay. We know that blockchain and crypto is still another world, especially for many people around here. And if we talk about blockchain, then there are more some question mark as others. Do you have some simple tips about blockchain?
You mean how to learn more about the topic of blockchain, or
how to learn, or how to understand a little bit better? We talk on business or on leisure about blockchain. Is there something where you have some simple tips?
Yeah, sure. So everybody interested in the blockchain technology should start with understanding where the idea is coming from. And I do not really mean the version like to get rid of all banks, what was often a big discussion in the beginning of blockchain, but I rather mean that how it makes sense from a business perspective to use the blockchain technology. And there are actually pretty great open lectures from the University of Basel. Just go on their website and check them out. It's about blockchain technology and DeFi, and they are fully open. You can just listen to them and learn more about it. And so learn more about the technology and also possible applications actually of the technology. They are also discussed in those lectures. So I think this is one of the best resources. I know that the Frankfurt School Blockchain Center also offers some resources. They also have a DLT Talents and I think also DeFi Talents program, but I'm not sure about that yet. But I think a great foundation of the blockchain knowledge is key to understand how financial institutions can use the blockchain technology to improve their processes by themselves and actually, not only trade the assets, but use the technology to apply it in the future. And they can use the technology as an asset class. They can offer clients new products in DeFi, the metaverse, or just invest into the technology. But for that, you need a ground foundation about what the technology is about and what it makes or what it's possible to provide you with, I would say.
Great. Just a final question, especially regarding our future, to see your live then in Interlaken in May. Your title: Can crypto assets be used in traditional banking to create new market potential? What is your short or small teaser in that topic to give the delegates a good motivation for the Richmond Financial Industry?
Yeah, so during my presentation, we will talk about the right time to start utilizing the benefits of the blockchain technology and why this time is actually here for most of the financial institutions. We will, of course, also talk about the best path to succeed in crypto, the obstacles and challenges you will face if you start applying the blockchain technology or want to trade it, whatever your plans are with it. But also we will talk about the opportunities, and finally we will discuss which crypto assets are most likely to prevail and why this might be the case. And I don't mean normal coins, but really the crypto assets, the idea of crypto assets, which might prevail. And I think everybody who's slightly interested in the topic will find out why it makes sense not only to be interested in to the blockchain technology, but actually start becoming part of the blockchain future right now. And so I think everybody will benefit from this session.
Great. So now it's time again to say thank you to you to join today and then join in mid-May in Interlaken. Thank you for the podcast here, Leaders in the Industry. Thank you, Tobias.
Yeah, thank you again for having me.